What's going on, guys? So today we are working on a 2013 Dodge Dart. A guy from work asked me if I would do the brakes on it, and I thought I'd show you guys a couple little tricks and tips on it as far as to getting these things done, because I do have a couple special bolts. So I'll show you some tricks and tips just in case you don't have those, how to get it done. That way you can get back on the road and go have fun. So we're obviously looking at the front brakes right now. When you're looking at the front brakes, you'll see these star bolts right here that hold the caliper bracket on. Let's see if we can get that glare out of there. And what you're going to need to get that off is they make a special socket for it. It's like an I don't know, 46 or something like that. But what you can use, just in case you don't have those sockets, because I know most people don't, is a 5/8 12-point wrench or socket. You could use a socket as well. What it does though is it grabs that, and you can still crack them loose without stripping it out. So definitely can use a, that's one thing I would recommend if you don't have that special socket for it. Just use a 5/8, or I think it's 16mm wrench. Make sure it's 12-point, and you can crack those nuts loose right there. The other thing too is when you're taking these, doing these brakes, if you're replacing the rotor or taking the rotor off, which you should at least get it, get the rotors turned, or even if you're going to replace them, there's a bolt that holds this on. Crack that bolt loose before you take the brakes off. That way you can have some resistance in cracking that loose. Otherwise it's going to spin freely, and you might have some trouble taking that off. Now once we get this front rotor bolt loose, we'll be taking off the caliper itself. There's two 14mm bolts for that, one here and one down here. We'll take those off, slide the caliper out of the way, then we'll take the bracket off, get the rotor switched out as well. Now that rotor bolt, I don't think I told you, but it is just an 8mm Allen wrench, or sorry, 5mm Allen wrench to get that off. Just to keep it out of the way, I use a wire hanger. I've just made it a couple double hooks. That way, when I take calipers off, I can hang them up out of the way, so I can work without them being there. Next, we'll have to take those bracket bolts out. Those are the weird looking ones, those star bolts. Then once you get the bracket loose, we'll just take out the brake pads. This one doesn't look too bad, but there was some grinding when I was driving it over here, so it sounded like it was more in the back, but the guy asked me to go ahead and do all four corners, so we're doing that today. So we'll pop these out. And this is your chance if you want to replace these little hardware brackets, you can. They look pretty good to me. But anyways, we'll take our old brake pad, set it on the caliper, take our little press here, compress this piston back down. Now some of this info is going to be used on most any brakes, but it just so happens we're working on a Dodge Dart today. But now we got that piston nice and flush back with the housing. It's all the way back in. We can unhook it, flip it around, and slide it on. Then all we have to do is put our bolts back in to hold that. Alright, we're all done here. Let's go to the back and show you a couple of things I found over there. There you have it, guys. So those are a couple tricks and tips I found to be useful when doing the brakes on these Dodge Darts. Like I said, the back is a little bit more difficult just because of those little clips and tabs that you got to hold. But outside of that, not too difficult. I did this whole job with, taking my time, probably in just an hour and a half or so, 2 hours, and I was pretty lazy that whole time. So not anything that'll take all day to do, but there you have it. We can get back to doing fun stuff. We're going to start doing stuff to the car here in the next couple of days. We got some door speakers, and we got some rally armor flaps, so let's get back to that stuff, have fun, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll learn something.